Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are well. I am Mohammad Samad Khan, lecturer, Department of Accounting, Dhaka College, Dhaka. Today, I am going to take the class on the NOI approach, which is the topic of the theory of capital structure. Dear students, we know that the NI approach and NOI approach, both of these approach introduced by David Durant. Today we discuss the NOI approach. Okay, dear students, let's start our class. Let's discuss the class. At first, NOI approach, I mean net operating approach. NOI approach assume that use of financial leverage as irrelevant. It is not relevant to the financial leverage. We learned that in NI approach, when use debt or we use increasing the debt, then the value of the firm increasing and overall cost of capital decreasing. But in this lesson, I mean in the NOI approach, means that here financial leverage is totally irrelevant. I mean, if financial leverage or debt increasing, but constant of the firm, value of the firm, and constant of KD or debt, on the time, if the leverage changes, but the value of the firm must be constant and cost of debt must be constant, and on the time cost of equity, I mean cost of common stock, so cost of common stock increase linearly to debt. I mean, according to the NOI approach, we say that the market value of the firm is not affected by the capital structure decision. But the cost of common stock or cost of equity increases at the time of increases the debt. Okay, dear students, but here weighted average cost of capital always constant. So here two things are constant. One is overall cost of capital and value of the firm. Okay, the students, some assumptions where the NOI approach depends on, like that. So the assumptions of NOI approach are assumptions what are the assumptions? First one is the overall cost of capital. Already told that the overall cost of capital of the firm is constant. Second one is cost of debt is constant. The firm uses two sources. One is common share and another is debt. Okay? For value of the share, considered as the residual value, I mean salvage value of the firm. So S equal B minus D. Okay. 5. The firm enjoys the perpetual life. 6. There is no retained earnings. 7. Corporate tax doesn't exist. Okay, dear students, what is said in the assumptions? First one is the overall cost of capital, I mean Q. Overall cost of capital of the firm is constant. Cost of debt is constant. The firm uses two sources. One is common share and another is debt. Then 4 is value of the share considered as the residual value or salvage value of the firm, as where is S equal V minus D. Then 5 is the firm enjoys the perpetual life. 6 is there is no retained earnings income in this firm. 7 corporate tax doesn't exist. Okay, dear students, we already learned this. here uh, here is our assumptions. So, dear students, I think in this approach there is so much limitations. It has some limitations. I mean, the critics also criticizes this approach. So the criticisms are in this approach. One is one is already told that KD is constant, but but if that is increased, then KD will be increased. Then 2 is corporate tax doesn't exist. It is on the assumptions, but there is rare places, rare country where tax-free zone. I think everywhere are taxed. Okay, so tax-free areas are rarely found. Okay, so dear students, in this approach we cannot find out the optimum capital structure, or it is not determined, or it is not calculated how we bring the optimum capital structure. Okay, so it is the criticisms of this approach. So dear students, I expect that all of you are learning this lesson, and then you find out what are the criticisms of this approach, and why it is the criticisms of this approach. Why? Okay, dear students, let's see the question written here. What is written in this question? I think in this question written, G Limited, a company, has an annual net income, NOI, I mean net operating income, or X bar, is 1,20,000 taka. Then and weighted average cost of capital, I mean KO, overall cost of capital is 12%, and initial debt of taka 6 lakh at 8% interest. So we should bring out the S, I mean market value of shares. What is the market value of shares? And KE and K, because we bring K in this approach, according to this approach. Okay, so we think there is no ratio. There is no ratio in this approach. There is no ratio. What are the ratio between the value of the market shares to the debt or financial leverage? Okay, I mean it is not calculated properly as d by s. Okay, the students, in this approach don't do not maintain the d by s ratio. Okay, for this reason it is, I think it is not valid for every times or every companies or every financial companies. Okay, so here we should solve this math. Please, dear students, let's see. if we should bring out KE, what is KE? KE equal NI divided S. So, what is NI? We know that NOI minus R, where R is total interest, and divided S, I mean market value of shares. So, here there is no market value of shares, and then there is no overall cost of capital. So at first we have to bring out the value of the firm. What is the value of the firm? Dear students, let's see value of the firms. I mean, at first, net operating income is 1,20,000 taka. It is called NY or X bar. Okay. Then V equal NOI divided KO. Here is KO equal 12% and NOI equal 1,20,000 taka. So it is, I think, 10 lakh taka. It is 10 lakh taka. So value of the farm is 10 lakh taka, and then here value of debt is 6 lakh taka. Then value of the shares as equal V minus T. I mean V minus T. I mean 4 lakh taka. Okay, the students, we already bring out what is the value of the shares. So here KE equal NI divided S. I mean NI equal NOI minus R divided S. I mean NOI 1,20,000 taka minus R equal 48,000 taka. Dear students, 6 lakh of 8%, 48,000 taka, and S equal 4 lakh. So here 120 minus 48 divided 4 lakh taka equal 18%, 0.18, I mean 18%. So we should bring out the KE in another way. Let's try in another way. So KE equal KO plus KO minus KD into dy S. Okay, so KO here 12%, 0.12 plus KO is 0.12 and KD equal 0.08 into D, I mean D, here is D, D 6 lakh, D 6 lakh, and then S 4 lakh. So, point 0.12 plus 0.12 minus 0.08 into 6 lakh divided 4 lakh. Point 0.06. So plus 0.12, 0.18, I mean 18%. So 2 are equal. So it is another approach, another way to find out the K, cost of equity. So I think that, and in this math we should bring the overall cost of capital. In this math, overall cost of capital is constant, so we should bring out the overall cost of capital. We already, I think, I expect that all of you already write down in your script. Please, let's see what is overall cost of capital. Overall cost of equal KE into SY divided V plus KD D divided V. Okay, so KE is 0.18 into S. In this maths 4 lakh, we already found this, and V is 10 lakh. V is 10 lakh. V is 10 lakh plus KD 0.08 into D 6 lakh, then V 10 lakh. Okay, so 0.18 into 4 lakh .072 plus 0.08 into 6 lakh .048. So 0.072 equal 0.12, I mean 12%. So overall cost of capital 12%, I mean 12%. Okay, so it is clear. Okay, dear students, what are the impacts in this math if leverages, if we leverage the leverage, increases the leverage or decreases the leverage? Okay, so let's see the position if we increase the leverage at first, and then second one if we decrease the leverage second one. I think let's start. Previous math we already learned this, value V, value of the firm equal 10 lakh, and then S equal 4 lakh, and then D equal 6 lakh. Okay, and here in this question here given overall cost of capital equal 12% and KD is 8%. If leverages increase 6 lakh to 7 lakh, if I use 7 lakh instead of 6 lakh, if I use 6 lakh, 7 lakh increase 6 lakh, then what is the impact? Then it will be 3 lakh and it will be 7 lakh. Okay, so dear students, let's see KE equal Ni divided S. So Ni is here 120 minus R 56,000 taka, then S is 3 lakh taka, because here EBIT or NY net operating income is value of the firm is constant, and then overall cost of capital is constant. So in this math, what is we find out? 120 lakh (21.33%). Okay, then 21.33%. Okay, then we should bring out another way. KE equal KU plus KU minus KD into D by S. Okay, KU 0.12 plus 0.12 minus KD 0.08 into D, 7 lakh S 3 lakh. Okay, so here KE equal 21.33%, it is total like that. And then KU, here in this math, if I increase the leverage, then KU is still 12%. So KU overall cost of capital always constant if value of the firm is constant. Okay, please dear students, if reduce the debt or finish leverage, 7 lakh to first math on the first math, on this first math is 6 lakh is leverage, then if I reduce this math in 5 lakh, okay, 5 lakh. Okay, dear students, say in this math when we uses the leverage 5 lakh instead of 6 lakh, then KE equals 16%. In this way is 16% KE and KU is 12%. Okay, if we see this maths, in this math we already solved 3 maths. First one is 6 lakh debt, and second one is 7 lakh debt, and third one is 5 lakh debt. In this math, if I in 3 maths we already seen this, that overall cost of capital 12% always constant and the value of the firm is constant, but common shares and debt or debenture is decreased and increased. If first one is 6 lakh, then on the time is K is 18%. Then if the debt is 7 lakh, if debt is increased, then cost of equity is 21.3%. And then third one, in the third math, if I decrease the debt, it is 5 lakh, 6 lakh to 5 lakh, then overall cost of capital already decreased, then it is cost of equity is 16%. So we already learned this. If I use the, or if I decrease or increase the debt or leverage, then we decrease or increase the cost of equity. I think all of you already done. Realize this. Thanks. Okay, students, I expect that all of you solve this math in your home. Stay home, stay safe.